Hello everyone, and today we have received a headlamp from the Sofirn company, namely the model called HS21. All this stuff comes in this kind of packaging, where the front side shows the lamp itself and its advantages, and the back side shows its specifications. Well, let's move on to unpacking and see what's inside. In the kit you will find user manual, 2 O-rings, USB-A to USB-C charging cable, headband, and of course the Sofirn HS21 headlamp itself. The Sofirn HS21 is a T-type headlamp with 10 LEDs, namely a floodlight, 6 CSP 1919 LEDs, 3 HFL 1-R red LEDs, and a luminous SFT 40W 6000 to 6500K lens. All of these are housed behind a single plastic TIR lens, divided into individual lenses for each LED. The floodlights have a honeycomb-style TIR, while the red LEDs have a texture similar to cob-style LEDs. One of the notable features is the innovative rotary switch, which allows you to smoothly switch between red light, combination light, floodlight, and spotlight, then switch to floodlight, and the last mode is spotlight. Each mode has a memory function that returns to the last used setting, which is especially practical in various situations. Each mode is well fixed, and the action is smooth and positive. There is also a combination electronic switch with a built-in LED battery level indicator with a satisfying clicking sound that can be used to turn the light on, off, or select brightness. In addition, it is equipped with an infrared sensor for hands-free operation, which is convenient and practical. This feature is especially useful when your hands are busy or dirty, adding a layer of utility that improves the overall experience. However, it is worth noting that this feature does not always work reliably, which may limit its practical usefulness. In particular, the infrared sensor can be disabled, which is useful for users who may accidentally turn on the brightness control. There is also a USB-C charging port located under a cap, and below it is the LED charging status indicator. It will turn red while charging and turn green when charging is complete. On the backside we have, so to speak, the tail part of the flashlight, unscrewing which inside we will find a branded 18650 battery from Sofirn with 3000 mAh. The threads under the cap are anodized, well lubricated, and have an O-ring seal, and at both ends of the flashlight there are springs with an anti-corrosion coating that will prevent them from oxidizing and subsequent flickering of the flashlight, and also allow the use of both flat and button 18650 elements. You can also mechanically lock the light by twisting the back cover slightly. The headlight has position fixing ribs, with the help of which the lamp rests against a special plastic protrusion in the center on the mating part of the headlight mount, which fits into the grooves on the back of the headlight housing, due to which the lamp has fixed tilt angle positions and will not change it spontaneously. The fit is tight enough to prevent the lamp from falling out, but initially the clamps are quite rigid, and therefore a second hand is often required to hold the mount still while adjusting the angle. The headband is comfortable and easy to adjust with the buckles on the top strap and headband. Finally, in a pinch, the HS21 fits a standard D10 style headband mount. The flashlight is made of durable AL6061-T6 aluminum alloy and has an anodized coating, which ensures durability and resistance to external influences. The dimensions of the flashlight are compact, 35.7 by 45.75 by 86.5 millimeters, and the weight together with the battery is 133 grams. Without the battery, only 87 grams, which makes it comfortable for long-term wearing. Let's talk about the control of the flashlight now. It is simple and ideal for a headlamp and works with a rotary selector of lighting modes and an electronic switch, which consists of 4 modes and 5 brightness levels: moon, low, medium, high, and turbo. From the off state in any mode, pressing and holding the electronic button turns on the moonlight. If we press once, the last used mode is turned on. Double pressing the button will lock or unlock the flashlight. The red LEDs will flash twice quickly to acknowledge the lockout, and they will blink when clicking the switch in lockout. To unlock, repeat, and the light turns on in the last used lighting mode and brightness. This also works when changing to a different lighting mode in lockout. From the on state, with a long press, the brightness level will change. One short press turns off the flashlight. Double pressing, you turn on the turbo mode. And in the red light mode, it will blink in turbo mode. 3 quick clicks, switch to IR mode. Wave. The IR mode works by moving your hand from the right to left of the sensors on the right side of the headlamp by the USB-C port. You need to be quick when using the sensors, and there can't be any other objects close by, within a foot, or it's finicky. As I mentioned earlier, it uses mode memory, that is, it remembers the last used brightness level in each lighting mode. When switching lighting modes, it remembers the brightness level used in these modes. For example, the last time the high floodlight was used, which switched to the turbo floodlight. When switching back to the floodlight, it will turn on in the high mode. The Sofirn HS21 delivers impressive beam quality across all modes. The red LEDs are 620 nanometers, with a floody low mode of 0.2 lumens that seems suitably low for dark adapted situations. The beam is wide and floody with even diffusion and no artifacts. The white throw LED, combined with the floody LEDs, produce a combined beam of about 5,900 Kelvin color temperature. W color rendering index 76 and tint delta UV of 0.0063. The low mode of 1.8 lumens is suitable for illuminating the ground near our feet or something in our hands or on a table. The white flood LEDs are 5,100 Kelvin color temperature, color rendering index 100, and tint DUV 0.0016. The low mode of 1.5 lumens is suitable for illuminating the ground near our feet, or something in our hands or on a table. The tint and color rendering seem excellent, and the floody beam is nice and wide and evenly diffused. A very pleasant close range mode. The single throw LED is 6,300 Kelvin color temperature, color rendering index 68, and tint DUV 0.096. The low mode of 1.4 lumens has a tight focus that can illuminate the ground a couple of steps ahead. The beam has a nice bright round hotspot that reaches forward very well. Overall, there's little to complain about regarding the beams, though it's worth noting that the TIR optics aren't protected by a glass lens, making them more vulnerable to scratches and damage. The Sofirn HS21 features a fully adjustable buck step-down driver that ensures efficient power regulation and stable brightness across all modes. A standout feature in this price range, especially considering that most competitors still use less efficient linear or FET drivers. The runtimes look really good, and after generating the graphs and output data, I was left scratching my head as to how Sofirn can sell a headlamp that performs this well for around $50 with a battery. We see a fully regulated battery at work here, and every lighting mode is sporting fully regulated output. For the turbo modes, Spotlight, Floodlight, and Spot plus Flood, you're getting over 1,000 lumens for 120 seconds, which is really good. Spot plus Floodlight High gives 1,000 plus lumens for over 6 minutes, which is pretty fantastic and unexpected. The turbo mode for the non-red lighting modes all regulate out to around 700 lumens for over an hour before stepping down to roughly medium mode, then shortly after to low, then shut down a short time later. On the Flood plus Spot mode, turbo and high had the same shutdown time, and their ANSI runtimes were within 1 minute. High came in well under the spec. All of the modes could be reactivated after the runtime, but at low outputs only, so you won't be left in the dark. I didn't notice any visual LVP, save for the blinking red switch LED. Temperatures on turbo mode were well regulated, with the housing hitting 60 degrees Celsius max for a short time. The cell was discharged to around 3 volts after each runtime. Overall, this is very good performance from the HS21. Very impressive. Regarding charging, I charged the included battery from 3.00 volts to 4.11 volts, using the built-in USB-C charger. Charging the flashlight at 5 volts 2 amps took about 2 hours. In summary, the Sofirn HS21 is a modern, reliable, and versatile headlamp that impresses with its functionality and build quality. It is ideal for those looking for a powerful tool for outdoor activities, work, or everyday use. Despite minor shortcomings, such as the lack of a magnet and the gesture control not always working, the lamp compensates for this with its strengths. A rotary switch, memory functions, a high CRI spotlight with high autonomy, a robust design and excellent performance outweigh its minor shortcomings. If you are looking for a reliable headlamp with wide capabilities and excellent performance, the Sofirn HS21 is a great choice. And that's all from me. You can buy it using the link in the description. Thank you all for watching. Good luck to everyone. Bye everyone. Ciao.